Welcome to another edition of the Essex County Ghost Project TV show. I'm your co-host, Tom Spitaleri. Wow, it's been a long time, but it's been a fun time. We started this show back in 2008. Yeah, April 2008. So we've been going a long time, and it's nice to see Bill back. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Welcome back.
Good.
So I got Bill and Mel. Bill and Mel's on with me today, and Bill's going to be back with us. So I want to welcome Bill back. And today, I know we've done this show in the past, but Essex County has, especially Bill, one of the best tech guys in New England, has gone out and purchased some more equipment, haven't you, Bill?
Yep.
Since we last did this.
This is not all of it. I got a couple of more stuff at home.
Right. And then we all got more stuff at home.
Yeah.
But today we're going to do a show, Shash, on equipment. Okay. That's annoying. Let's shut you down.
Yeah.
We'll get to the REM part in a little bit. But I want to, okay, Bill, so what's important about the paranormal is everything has to work well together, your psychics and your tech people. They don't work well together, it's a disaster. Some people believe in psychics only and no equipment. Other people believe in equipment only and, psychics only and no equipment, sorry. So what we have to do is we want to prove to the homeowner or the business owner that both are in sync. So when both are in sync, you know you definitely have something. But in order to make it in sync and make sure you know what we got, you just don't go in one or two pieces of equipment and go, oh, look, it's going off. There must be a ghost here. Let me just tell a quick story, Bill, before we get into equipment. Okay. So you went with me on this case. We got called to the Bird Streets of Manchester. The Bird Streets are a section of Manchester named after birds.
Okay.
I won't say what street we were on, but we're in the Bird Street section, which is the inner city, tough area. Single mother. That's all I'm going to say. Right. 9 kids and a niece living there. They brought this team in because they didn't want me to come up all the way from Massachusetts. Like, I live in Methuen, folks. You all know where I live. Bill's a local guy. Bill wasn't any time, but we're all local from Methuen, Haverhill, and Lawrence area. Manchester's what? 40 minutes up the road. Yeah. So they called this other team in from Western New Hampshire. I'm not going to mention the name of this team. This team comes in. They're going around with their K2 meters, and we're going to explain what they are in a minute. And all of a sudden, they put it on the ground because they said this is where most of the activity is. They started asking questions. The thing lit up. They asked if there was a demon in the house. The thing lit up. Great. Get the client all scared and that there's a demon in the house.
It's a demon.
Right. So they said, you need to call somebody that knows what they're doing. We have a friend that does this, but he charges. A single mother with 8 kids. Single. So what they did was to keep the demon at bay, they put the couch over the location. So they call us in. We go up there. First thing we do is we put down the K2 meter and one of the ghost meters over there, which Bill will explain in a minute. Put it on the ground. I start asking, it's starting to light up. I start asking questions. I said, wait a minute, where's the basement? Oh, right underneath, there's a basement? Good. So I went down the basement, had a couple team members stay up, says, pound the floor. They pounded the floor. I found the demon. Yeah. There was an electrical box with the wires open right underneath the couch. That's why these went off. I could have asked if Jesus was there. We would have got the answer yes.
Of course. So
you really need to know what you're doing when you go into these homes, and you really need to have a tech person and psychics that know what they're doing. So without further ado, Bill, let's talk about some of the stuff used to pick up electromagnetic fields, which is EMF.
First we're going to go into the transcommunication.
Oh, transcommunication, okay.
First thing is the S-box.
And there's many different
The S-box is one of the best equipment you can get now. You go out, you can it goes through FM and AM radio. And it's good if you're in a cemetery, out graveyards, okay? It's one of the best things you can buy. It's one of these, investment. I recommend this to anybody out there that's a paranormal investigator that's watching this show. to get one of these if they don't already have it. Okay.
And we do use that at Hilldale Cemetery and other places
Other
we do
places.
fundraising.
You can
at.
use it inside too.
Yeah.
Not
And let
just
me
in the
tell you,
graveyards.
it can get real interesting. I had a Tom Live show years ago where we used that, and we actually had spirits swearing at us through the S-Box. So it was quite an interesting experience.
The next thing is the SB7. There's an SB11 and an SB7. SB7 is the oldest. SB11 is the newer version. Okay, this is the same thing as that. It goes through FM, AM radio stations. And you look for, in between the static, for something to talk. A ghost or whatever.
Right.
An entity talk through this, okay? This thing here is very weak. You can't hear it too good, so you must have something to hook it up to hear the sound. It's very weak. This one isn't. This one has its own.
Right.
It's one of the best. It has its own
Speaker.
sound and a speaker in it, okay?
And you control that like a radio. That you can actually listen to like a radio, the other one.
Yeah, you can listen to a radio, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the SB7. Next is the recorder. Okay, it's got a dynamic microphone hooked up to it. You don't have to have this, but you know, when you start off, you can just use this here when you start off, but later you can hook it up to a dynamic microphone, which picks up a lot more than just this.
Right.
Okay? I don't think they sell these anymore. Well, they do, but not like this. They're different.
Yeah.
If you go on the ghost stores and stuff, this is different than this.
Yeah,
I can't pick one of these up anymore.
I got one of those.
Yeah, those are old, like 5, 6 years
I
old.
like using this one, this Olympus.
Yeah, this is an Olympus.
Oh, that's an Olympus
That's
too.
an Olympus
This
too.
is an older version,
Yeah.
and the white noise is so good in this.
But that's
too.
newer than this.
Oh, this one's newer?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is the old. This is like maybe 5 years older than that. Oh yeah. Okay. It picks up EVPs, electronic voice phenomena. EVPs, you want to talk and ask if there's anybody there or anybody would like to speak in this. And you record it, and then you play it back and see if you picked anything up. Okay? You can go to graveyards, and you can do it in the house too.
Graveyards, homes, backyards.
Backyards.
Anywhere you think something's
Cellars.
weird going on.
You go in a cellar? Okay. Now let's talk about the cameras. Okay, you need a regular camera. This is a regular digital camera. Okay, you can have any type you want, as long as it's digital. This is an infrared camera. Okay, it's very weak, and it's infrared, so you must have something to back it up. And I got these infrared lights. This floods the whole area inside a house.
Yes.
Okay, a room. You flood the whole area and take pictures with this. If you just take it with this, it's going to be probably too weak. So you're not going to, see too clear. But this will flood the whole area. Because I got 2 cameras here. 2 lights.
Right.
Infrared. That'll flood everything, okay? That's good there. Okay, the next thing is we're going to talk about, this is a camera that has, you look down in here, you can see it has 2 cameras on there. One regular camera, one infrared, okay? And what you want to do is check and see if you can see anything in it, all right? If you see something in both cameras, it's real. If you only see it in one, say infrared, it's probably bugs, pollen, mist, stuff like that you're seeing it. So this will distinguish between it, what it is, okay? If it's a light anomaly.
Right.
You don't know what it is, but if it shows up in both, it's in other words, if it's showing up in the other one, it's giving its own light off. Well, bugs and stuff don't give their own light off.
Correct.
But it reflects off the infrared. So you can see it in this. That's how you can tell. Especially in cemeteries and stuff. You say, oh, look what I got. And you show it in this.
Right. Because most of the time when you go into a cemetery, it's a warm, muggy night out. You might get something, you may not, but you're bound to get dust and bugs for sure.
Right.
And dust and bugs look like wolves.
This camera here, you can't buy anymore. They don't sell it.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
No, they discontinue it. I don't know where you can find one, but I found this on the internet in one of the stores. But the company doesn't make them anymore, so I was lucky to get one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't make it anymore. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, well, I got two more cameras here. The video.
Well, handheld videos, yeah.
Yeah, handheld. One is full spectrum, goes from infrared to ultraviolet, this one here. And this one is a deep infrared. You can see deep infrared.
Okay, so what's the difference between the infrared and the deep?
Well, you can get ultraviolet.
Oh, okay.
It goes from the infrared spectrum all the way to the ultraviolet. Okay, and the wavelengths get shorter as you go. You go from infrared, violet, the wavelengths get shorter and shorter as you go down. The shortest is cosmic rays, or the shortest wavelength. After that is gamma rays. Okay, we got that. Next is we want to see if there's electrostatic. Okay, this picks up electrostatic in a house. As you can see here, you can see the lights down there. They light up. Okay, these lights down here tell you the directions. These lights tell you the intensity of the electrostatic in the air. Okay? So I can rule that out. If there's any electrostatic, this will tell me if there's any in the room. As you can see, the lights light up across up top. Okay? So this is excellent to rule out electrostatic in a house. Okay. The next thing is the radiation detector. This will detect alpha, beta, gamma rays, and X-rays. But where we're interested in the cellar is radon,
Right.
which is radioactive. This will tell me if it's radon or not, which I'm going to demonstrate right now. I don't know if you can you see that? Yeah. This is, I got something radioactive here, but it's not dangerous.
Right. It's used for display purposes, folks.
That's right, just display. It's hard to get this, or I had a hard time getting this, so I can demonstrate this. So that's what I'm looking for in the cellar. If that goes off like that, that means there's probably radon in the cellar. As the flashes off and on. Okay. We demonstrated that. Because we showed this before.
Right. Yeah.
We had the
That's
thing
one
on.
you've had for a while.
Okay. Now let's get to the electromagnetic meters. This is one of the meters here. Well, let me see the thing here. I can show. Okay. I put this on. I use this. This will pick up infrared. I mean, electromagnetic fields. Bring it over here, goes out. Bring it up here, it goes on. This will do EMF and it'll do so RF. But I just use this for RF because I got other meters for that. I don't have the other meter for RF, but this will pick up RF. Okay? Near your Wi-Fi equipment and stuff, it's all RF that comes out of there, mostly. Okay. We got that. Next is the ghost meter. Of course, these are the cheapest. I'll bring it closer, you can see. We're looking for EMF, electromagnetic fields in the house,
Right.
like you picked up in the cellar.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you don't want the magnetic fields to be too high. Safe is 0, 0 to 0.5. Anything
Well, this
over
goes to 100.
Right. Hey, when you start reaching 100 milligauss and higher, yeah, not a safe place to be.
No, not for long.
Not for long.
Okay,
So that's one of the cheaper.
ones.
And here's the other. This is the original ghost meter.
This is the cell sensor.
Yeah. Which was
Show you in
original.
a second. I'll bring it closer to the electromagnetic field, and it goes off. Okay. I usually use this for the floor. I go around the floor and check the floor like that and see if this goes off, because then I notice something underneath the floor.
Like the demon in the house.
Yeah,
of
like the
Manchester.
demon in the house. Yeah. Okay.
That
This is
didn't
the
exist.
cell sensor. These aren't too expensive. Okay.
And then we go with the upper class.
Now we go to the more expensive types. This is the millimeter. Okay. I don't know if you can see that.
You definitely don't want that reading in your house at that number there.
This will give you the EMF,
Yeah.
milligauss, and it also gives you the temperature below it. Tells you what the temperature in the room is.
You don't
Let's
want
see what
those
here.
readings in your house.
And here it's 75.6.
Yeah. And what's the readings on that thing?
169 from this.
Yeah, you don't want that in your house. If your electric magnetic fields are that high, it's time to bring in an electrician.
Yeah. Well, as I bring it closer, it goes up.
Right.
It'll go up as I bring it closer to the
Yeah.
to the meter. It's an EMF pump. Pumps out EMFs.
Right.
From 0 to 250 milligauss. This is for demonstrations only. I don't use this. I just use that. And the most expensive meter
You can't even find anymore. I don't think.
is a tri-field. Tri-field means you can pick up in any direction. These other ones, you got to point to where you want it.
Now,
This one picks it up in any direction.
Now, Bill, let me just
360
cut
degrees.
this real quick. So here's a K2 meter where you'd use it like this, and I saw on one of the ghost shows, and I'm not going to repeat it, they were using one of those like this. That's not the way you use that piece of equipment that he's got in his hand. You use that by just putting it on the ground, put a camera on it, and walk away.
Well, not this one. This one is the
Oh, the other one you got.
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
one, the natural.
The natural
The
one.
natural one, it'll pick up your body EMFs. That's how sensitive the other one is, the natural one. Yeah, this is not the natural one.
Oh, okay. I thought you brought the natural one.
This is,
Because I laughed when that happened on TV. I'm like, yeah, that's not the way you use that equipment.
this is the AC. The other one's a DC.
Okay, so you
We're DC.
Yes,
We're not AC.
right.
So that's why the natural thing will pick it up if you hold it to your, close to your body and give you a wrong reading. Right, you put it down for that and then have a camera on it.
That's, yeah, not that. Okay, I
Yeah.
had the wrong one. Sorry,
Yeah.
folks.
Mhm.
Because that just really
Okay.
bugged me that they did
This will give you EMF. It'll give you radio, magnetic waves, microwaves, electric. If there's any electric currents or anything, you can pick that up with this too. Radio frequency and microwaves, if they're in the house or whatever. So you got three things you can pick up. Well, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. EMFs, electric fields, magnetic microwaves, and radio frequencies, RF, okay? Of course, this is analog,
Mm-hmm.
all right? This goes to 100. Now, this,
It's digital.
it goes past 100.
Yeah,
And it also goes in the other direction, minus.
right.
That one only goes positive. This
Positive.
one goes negative too. So you need both in your house.
Correct.
It could go negative, and you won't see it on this. You say, oh, it's all right, because you can't see it's negative.
Right.
Let's say minus 30. You're not going to pick that up. Only
No.
positive 30. But this will pick it up. Now this can go to 300, 400 milligauss, way up.
Yeah, you don't want it that high in your house either.
No, you don't want it in there. No. Like some people were in a house or a team trying to figure out what's causing everybody to hallucinate. They're seeing things, they're hearing things, and they check almost everything. And then one of the team, I don't know if it was one of the technician or whatever, he says, "Oh, there's a fish tank in the middle. Let's go check that." They went over and they checked it. Yeah, it was a motor.
Mm-hmm.
All right? It was giving high EMFs out.
Yes, those are.
And also infrasound.
Yes.
It was giving infrasound below 20 hertz.
Which you're
So
not
both
gonna
of those
feel.
things were infecting the people in the house.
Right.
He says, well, get a new motor. So they switched the motors and everything went away as soon as they switched that motor. That was the whole thing.
Right.
Was the motor, the wire was peeled off or something. And it was giving all those
Real
fields
simple
out.
solution to fixing a ghost box.
Yeah.
And I do have a sound meter. I didn't bring it with me. We have a FLIR thermal imager. This one needs to be charged, but this will pick up high intense heat or cold spots in the house. So it's pretty cool when you scan the room and see something dark. And this REM pod, these are pretty cool to use. You put this on a stairwell, and then you walk away and put a camera on it. Okay, come on. It's a brand new battery. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. Touch it.
So if something walks by it, it's going to go light right up. And if nobody's on the stairs, that's why you put a camera there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that one works. We also use a laser grid, which we use outside. We'll use this in the house. That you're not going to see nearly as much, but how that works is here's the laser. You kind of see it there. If something walks through it, you'll see it. So even if a spirit walks through that,
Yeah, have a camera on it and it breaks the field.
Yeah.
You'll see it on the camera, the video.
Yeah.
Something walks through it.
Something
Doesn't
walks
matter.
through it. So that's something else we do use. Bill's got a couple laser grids. I got one. Probably getting another one soon. Oh, there we go. It's a
Okay.
little better.
Now you can
there
see
we
it?
go. Now we can kind of see it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks to the lighting techs in the back. They did a great
Yeah,
job.
that's
on
very
that one.
good. So did you hear the latest?
What?
Jason advertising
For what?
on Ghost Stock.
Oh, he is?
He had some lights,
Yeah.
right? About this long,
Mm-hmm.
2 of them. You put them on the floor. Any motion, it'll detect. The lights will flash.
Oh, cool.
It's only
I haven't seen-
$120.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
But well, we also use. I have a black light I didn't bring with me. That's something else we will use on occasion. I use 35 millimeter cameras sometimes. I do have film cameras. The video cameras I do use are the older ones because they're a little bit slower, as you know.
Yeah.
The team loves it when it's time to bring out the video cameras. That's 8 TVs, 8 DVDs, VCR combos, thousands of feet of cord, and plug it into the cameras, and we're ready to go.
Go.
Yeah, that usually sits well with the team. But that's stuff I've been using most of my life in this field, so it's the stuff I'm comfortable with. And that's some of the other equipment. Now, when we do outdoor events, there's not much we can use. Most of this equipment, if you put a REM pod in a cemetery in the middle of a street, technically speaking,
Wires and stuff would set it off probably.
if there's no wires in the area, technically speaking, let's take Hilldale. If you put this up near the road, it's going to go off because the electrical lines are there. But if we're down along the path between the city cemetery and our cemetery heading to Soldiers Hill, there's no wires there. Just like that night, the girl used a K2 meter like this, and we found a portal that kept moving
Yeah,
around.
it kept
that
moving.
area.
We used this here and
Yeah.
checked it. It moved up and then it disappeared. So
Yeah, and sometimes the portal is still there, comes back, and sometimes it doesn't. you know. And
Let me mention the metal detector.
Oh, yes, and we got a metal detector now, which will help because sometimes spirits attach to stuff that are in the ground, and we got to go find that stuff.
It's too bad we couldn't go to Lizzie Borden and look for the hatchet that she used. She buried it in the ground somewhere on, on the
According to law, yes.
Yeah. The metal detector would find it.
Yeah, so, yeah, Bill just got himself a nice metal detector, which will also help. So, I mean, we have, between Bill, myself, and other team members, I also use something that I'm used to using. I'm training other members on other things on this, but it's not scientific, Bill, as you know. It's called the pendulum, which I do use. I also use all this equipment, too. So this is a pendulum. Whoop. Someone ever went to your house and said, I mastered this. I can find all the ghosts in the world. Do me a favor.
Right.
Take them to your front door, show them the door, and just tap them so they don't sue you, so they don't fall down the stairs. There is no such thing as mastering a pendulum. Can I use it? Yes, and I do use it all the time, as you know, Bill. I use it at the cemetery. I use it on private home investigations. So how this works is I'm going to make this swing. Show me, you first ask, show me a yes. My yeses are always the same. I'm making this swing. It just goes like this. Show me a no. I'm doing this myself, folks. Demonstration, that's a no. And sometimes I'll ask, in what direction, if I think we're being watched, I'll say, is there a spirit watching us? And the pendulum will move, and I'm doing this, as you can see clearly.
Yeah.
But a pendulum is like dowsing rods. They pick up electric magnetic fields like this, the ghost meter, the REM pod, and all these. That's what they pick up, electric magnetic fields. And there are electric magnetic fields all around us. And, you know, it's what's causing them. This just helps us lead into the direction of finding.
Now, we do have, somebody has dowsing rods,
yes,
right?
Yes, we do have dowsing rods, yes. Yeah. And that's just like a pendulum, same idea. But they use dowsing rods, too, to find water back in the Midwest days. And they still use them today, even here on the East Coast when they're digging for wells.
Yeah, they got a professional dowsing. He gets paid by the oil company. He finds oil with it. Instead of water, he checks for oil.
Right.
And he finds it.
And he knows
they
what he's doing.
They pay him like $200,000-300,000 a year for finding the oil.
Well, because dowsing is in itself is not. It's not just picking up dowsing rods and going, show me yes, they cross, show me no. There's a lot more. Even when you're dealing with pendulums, there's a lot more to these than just show me yes, show me no. Is Aunt Sally here with us? And I'm going to do it myself and wake on, you know. There's a lot more to that. Yeah. A lot more. And that's what makes paranormal investigation work real interesting. And that's why we do well over 100 appearances a year between cases, fundraisers, and public speaking events, which are being filmed constantly. So you can check that out.
Now we got the ghost tour this Saturday.
The ghost tour coming up this Saturday, yep.
And then next Friday?
Next Friday with the Sandown Meeting House for a free event. Donations are always welcome. We're going to have a UFO, a psychic, a Bigfoot person there. We will be there answering questions about the paranormal. So if you have anything private, then we're going to have a group talk where you're going to write down questions you want to ask, a roundtable discussion. And then we end the event with a ghost hunt of the Sandown Meeting House that's located in the Sandown Triangle. So we got a lot planned. We hope to see everybody there. We hope to see you there. Bill, thank you for coming back on, and we'll see you next show too. Bill is back. I'm bringing back the award-winning team. Remember all those years ago we won that award? Yeah. Let's go for it again. Yeah. All right, I want to thank everybody at home for tuning in. This is the Crypt Keeper signing off. I'm heading back to my crypt. Good night, everybody.